Hello, I'm Ash and I'm your divine helper. Today I will be pulling for 3 piles. Pile number 1 is this amethyst. Pile number 2 is this ibis jasper. And pile number 3 is this ruby and zoisite. So please take your time choosing which pile, and I'll see you at your reading. Thank you. Hello, if you chose the amethyst pile, pile number 1, then this pile is for you. Today I will be pulling from the Hidden Worlds Oracle first. And the first messages coming through were aligning with your purpose, putting things in their proper placement. Authority of Camelot was the first card peeking through, as well as Healing the Earth. Light Dancer, the Crystal Path, the Leap. Today we have a square energy with the moon and the sun. So there's just been a lot of irritation since I've woken up today. Actually woke up from a nightmare. Not so much a nightmare, just a dream with a lot of annoyance. Okay. A dream with a lot of annoyance. Okay, so yeah, the energy today is kind of irritating, and there's just a lot of clutter outside. Garbage men were coming. There's a lot of clutter right now. And as soon as I started your reading here too, I'm getting very irritated energy. Actually, like I want my coffee. Yeah, I want the things that make me comfortable right now. And I also had to rearrange my camera. So yeah, I'm picking up on a lot of rearrangement energy. I also started fiddling a lot with this deck because I seen that they weren't in the same direction. So pickiness is coming out as well. Maybe pickiness about your path, rearrangement of your path, decluttering, and putting things in their proper place. I'm getting the energy of like having attempted to try a couple of things that were your primary goals, but then your subconscious desires leaking through and being put in the wrong place because of your conscious desires. So I'm going to read your cards now. We have 24 with the Light Dancer, Illumination, the Radiant Self, and Shining Soul. The Crystal Path, 14, Mineral Spirits and Crystal Beings. 16 with Take the Leap, Ecstasy, Bliss, and Belief. 26, the Meditation, Peace, Relief, and Sanctuary. And 34 with Spirit of Spring, Freedom, Action, and Power. And the first thing I'm hearing is growth. So I'm getting that you've had to walk through a lot of duality within your foundations and who you are in order to get to the point of where you're at this moment. You may have been on an empty cup for quite a while now, trying to figure out how to schedule yourself, how to maintenance and take care of yourself, and how to get to where you want to be in your self-concept. So yeah, I'm getting that you may have had to take some time out and take a break, take a step back to refill your own cup, to get to know yourself and learn how to self-soothe and learn the routine-based skills that you needed in order to actually work and manage your skills. So whatever gifts that you have, they might require you to put in a lot of work in order to use them correctly. Having to learn how to protect yourself and work with energy, cleanse, and purify so that you aren't being muddled by other people's energy. You may have had to deal with a lot of intrusive energy as well. What actually is standing out to me in this card is, it might be the person's name. What is it? Oh wow, he made this in 1992. I was wondering, how they got so many beautiful cards in a deck. I can't imagine that effort that was put into creating each one of the card was profitable. I don't know. I make art, so I know that something like this would take at least 30 or 40 hours. And then there's how many cards? Like 60 or 70. How much time did that take? So yeah, I questioned, like, how is he making a profit, and how did he spend his years making these cards and it pay off, you know? But if he made this in 1982, he already has all of these collections. And then I believe the lady who made these cards asked to use his art collection already, then that makes a lot more sense, right? It'd be very hard to survive. Or like you would really need somebody to back you in order to make all of these. And then you'd have to have the energy to make every single one of the piece and show up every day for the art deck, right? I don't know. It seems like a lot of work. I'm sure that there are people who do it. But when I seen how detailed this was, I couldn't imagine the amount of work that went behind making each one of the cards or each one of the illustrations. And so I'm getting kind of like past efforts coming through too. That maybe you weren't compensated for your past work, but the work's already done and all you have to do is kind of put it together now. But yeah, I'm getting really energy that's all over the place. And that with the crystal path and the crystal beings, they take forever to come together, right? Thousands to millions of years to become who and what they are. And every day is not the same. Efforts are put in different places until eventually you get a crystallized form. And we now have this crystal who we believe is a being, but he spent millions of years being each particle. It's like we get to see each day of his life in one form. Yeah, and with 14 individual foundations, it's like now your foundations have come together and have crystallized enough that you're able to take the leap to the next step. Your individual routine has provided you with the information that you need to fly. Another thing about these cards is all of the trees that are in these ones. There's been a lot of growth, spiritual growth, and again, growth around your foundations and routine. You've taken the time to meditate and to go within, to find yourself, to see who you are, what your name is, where you come from, what light do you shine out, what assets do you bring? And yeah, what do you expel? Like, what is your aura? Well, what do people feel when they go around you? What are they experiencing? And how do you experience that? You've done a lot of cleansing and purifying in order to really get to the bottom of that. And now the path has been set, the candles are lit, and it's time to take action. You're now free to leave your cave or your grove and share whatever it is that you want to grow. So I'll now be moving on to the next deck, which is the Tarot of the Divine. Let's see, am I going to leave any of these up here? No. Re-getting the message of like really having to stop and go, and take action, rest, and then do it all over again. Stumbling and falling and really not knowing what's next, but having to show up in the day-to-day routine every single day and not seeing what's behind everything, but knowing what you want and knowing what you need to let go of. Having to really deal with the collage of things. So yeah, I'm getting a story of putting in the hard work day by day, showing up, knowing that there's this path that you want to be on. There's a goal that you have. There's resources and assets that you want to acquire, and working hard to let go of everything that's getting in the way. All of the emotions and mindsets and people and situations, predicaments that no longer serve you, unconscious beliefs and things that you're saying to yourself that are preventing you from getting to where you want to be, having to step away from maybe family members and friends and people that you believed in, betraying you, all of the grief of like what they may have said to you in the past, maybe even having to walk away from statements and words and beliefs that other people had about life and the things that they're doing, like taking action and then only hearing what they have to say about whatever you're doing. And that being really a hassle, like an arm and a leg right there. And I see you taking flight and taking action to retrieve the parts that went missing in action. For those of you not looking at the video, I drew the 7 of Wands, 10 of Coins, 5 of Swords, 8 of Cups, 4 of Swords, King of Coins, and 8 of Wands, with the Ace of Swords and the 2 of Coins at the side. So with the 7 of Wands, the hard work day by day, as you're gaining wisdom about what you want and what needs to decay. The 8 of Cups with walking away, and the 5 of Swords from the words of those that you put faith in, as well as the 4 of Swords, the beliefs and words that you're telling yourself. The words that whenever you came to take action would get in the way of your progression and were causing contamination upon your work. But you knew that if you kept putting in the work, eventually you're going to get to this King of Coins and 10 of Coins. You knew that what you have to offer holds a lot of value, and that you are an ancient soul with a lot of wisdom and abundance, and that what you are doing was not only for you, but for your ancestors and your children and nephews, nieces, and grandchildren. And you knew that that was more important than any of these negative beliefs or situations that had already occurred. And so you took swift action day by day, not letting anything else get in the way. Even if those echoes and remnants of things that would play inside your mind, you still took action and worked with the divine. And you sought sobriety with the amethyst. You wanted to gain a clear mind and a clear third eye and crown chakra, and not have these other people's beliefs or crowns get in the way. And so you set off on a new path with the Ace of Swords to rewire and rewrite your subconscious, to balance out your values and daily tasks with the 2 of Coins, to look at the things that were written upon you. With the 2 of Coins, there's some markings on her leg. And that's bringing up the K-pop Demon Hunter movie, where her demon lineage is like written all over her skin. And you also have the half bear, half child here. So balancing out your animalistic and human aspects, seeing the value in each aspect, and coming in tune as well, because she has her leg lifted up here and the other leg is on the ground, and she's carrying her babies, which are like her projects. So she's not only staying grounded, but also taking time to go to the higher realms and balance out the feminine and masculine, beast, human aspects. Okay, and then I am going to now draw from the Astrologicae Claves deck to get our final messages. But yeah, this reading is a lot more all over the place. So I'm sure that you too have been feeling all over the place. But Spirit and your guides are saying that you've done a wonderful transition with your ambitions. You've learned a lot and gained a lot of abundance. Oh, okay. And you've really been able to balance out yourself. Who's peeking out? Aries? Somebody else? Was it Jupiter? Capricorn? I think it was one of the eclipses. Okay, anyways. And Cancer. Which, I mean, we have first house here. Jupiter with Cancer and fourth house with Cancer. Yeah, I'm getting a reiteration that Spirit is saying that you did a wonderful job with showing up for yourself. finding your own value and abundance and where you stand in this life. With Terra, as she represents the earth. And there's also the part of fortune symbol right there. You took the time to look at your environment with the third house, to study and learn, to understand everything, to understand the symbology and perhaps astrology, numerology, occult, and hidden knowledge. There's also the Pisces Visca here. You took the time to understand the signs that the universe was providing for you and to understand the information that you needed to proceed with your skills and get to the next level. You did an amazing job with balancing out your home, probably cleaning and rearranging, looking at your private matters, your roots and ancestry, where you came from, reviewing your subconscious, the beliefs that you hold, the beliefs that were passed down with you. Fourth house is also the IC, so the lineage that we came from. And I'm also getting like dream interpretation with this, reviewing your earliest memories. And then with the seventh house, doing a really good job in your marriage or relationships, relooking at how you relate to everything in this world and figuring out how to bring peace with your feminine and masculine and with the outside world and your inner world. Because seventh house can also have to deal with how you relate to just objects. Like when you see a desk, when you're working with a crystal, how you do things, like when you sit down to go paint or draw or write or cook or whatever it is that you spend your time doing, how you relate to that. You know, some people, they go to cook and they get angry and they're mad at everything that they have to do, or they go to a conversation and they can't hear the other person and they get frustrated and all of that. So the seventh house has to do with that type of relation of how we're showing up to each situation. And Spirit is saying that you're able to bring a lot of peace and balance within that. And with Jupiter as 7 above it, you're able to gain a lot of wisdom and insights. You're probably getting a lot of downloads and intuitive hits on what to do next, as well as experiencing a lot of situations that gave you the knowledge that you needed in order to really get on point with these two birds. I'm seeing like sharpness and intellect. Yeah, so you're able to gain the foresight and clarity, sobriety again with amethyst, that you needed in order to proceed. And yeah, you did amazing. And then Spirit wants me to go back to the Take the Leap card. This reading was completely different from the other reading that I did. They just want me to reiterate that you have found your self-value and you now know who you are. You look in the mirror and you can see yourself and everything you've been so far. There's now a crystallized path for you to take. You have the crystal beings and other spirits that will help make this journey a lot easier. I'm also getting like grid work, crystal grids and the like that can make this journey bright. And so have no fear. Your individual routines are on point now to where you can take the leap and just have faith that Spirit will help take you down the line and path that you now need to proceed upon. I don't know. Yeah, you might not know exactly where you're going or exactly what to do, but they say they've got your back. Oh my goodness. They say that even when things get difficult and you lose your voice or you're unable to proceed, that they'll be right there with you, supporting you and ensuring that you have everything that you need. So if you enjoyed this very muddled and all over the place reading, please give a like, comment, share your story, or subscribe. And I will see you at the next reading. Thank you, pile number 1. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the Ibis Jasper, then this reading is for you. So the first message I am getting is earth-shattering. An earth-shattering event. With rent? I'm thinking a lot about rent right now. Okay. The first deck I will be using for this pile today will be the Astrologicae Claves. And I see the 9th house popping through with exploration. Oh, we have a Capricorn that showed up for my collective reading. Things unseen. And the government, sweet. Communication. Senate. House and Virgo energy also. Are we stopping here? Government officials. Neighborhoods. So what message wants to come through for pile number 2 today? Something's occurring on the higher end of things that has to do with some sort of official energy. Government. Something's happening within the government that is unseen, that has to do with neighborhoods, communication, contrast in light and dark, and how it affects our resources and the way that we create our lives. My cat is scratching her chair, which when they really start scratching up things and scratching my things, yeah, I take that as a message of having too much concern, beating myself up, making a mess of things. Unnecessary squabbling from within. Yeah. So yeah, perhaps there is a situation in your life that has to do with how you make means end, and you're really trying to figure it out. But right now is not the time to try and work things out. Maybe your time would be better spent paying attention to the things that bring out joy in your life. Like your pets, your children, or your creative projects. Because I think that the social ladder and the way that things are set up in an organizational manner is about to change in ways that we cannot foresee. The cyclical ways of things, the way we experience duality in this life and the 3D, and perhaps the way that your feminine and masculine are doing things, or even the way that we interact and communicate in our daily lives and neighborhood are about to see great change. I'm also hearing that soon you will get some downloads and you'll have some experiences, maybe some relationship that will help you see the gem in I. So the gem within will be able to rise up, especially with the Kundalini energy, with the Hermes snake. And I went to go check its name because I actually don't know the name of that guy. But yeah, apparently it became popular after the US started using it in its medical corpse. And if you know Hermes, he's often a trickster. So the fact that they're using that in medicine right now is not ironic. But yeah, I'm seeing, so yeah, trickster energy is coming in, as well as both Mercury energies with Virgo and Gemini. And again, I'm getting more organization energy with Virgo being the 6th house and how we provide service and how our services are provided, which now is bringing me back around to a corporation business move. Perhaps there's a business move or career move that's still hidden, that's about to come into your reality and change the way that you provide services. That has a lot to do with your creativity and children and the way you show up to your daily routines, habits, and pets. I have a lot of pet energy coming in. So perhaps your pets will be helping you transcend certain energy that you're in. And now I hear whistling. So I'm thinking about birds and messages coming through with ibis. See, I prefer to call it an ibis, which is also Hermes energy as well. Or Mercury. Wait, Hermes? Mercury? Thoth. There we go. Yeah, so all of the forms that Mercury comes through are showing up now. So the mind over matter, which is interesting too, because Hermes rules over the 3rd and 6th house, which are both matter houses, right? 3 is the 3D and the reality that we live in and what we actually see physically around us. And the 6th house is our daily routine and how we interact in the 3rd house on a daily basis. There's 3rd house. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of messages coming through from Hermes, Thoth, Mercury right now. And a message to transcend maybe the pain that you're currently in, because things are a lot better than you think. Yeah, I'm hearing that you've been doing a lot of the work needed to rise above any limitations. And with Capricorn coming out of the water and being on top of this mountain, as well as the spiral energy with his horns, and the cycles with Luna, you've been able to move through the cyclical nature of life, and as well as Gemini's also circling back around. And with the mutable energy, it circles around completing the first cycle of cardinal, fixed, and mutable. So a lot of spinning energy. And then now I'm picking up Merkaba energy as well. And I'm hearing that you have a lot of angels and guides helping you out during this time as you transcend to the next cycle. Your daily matters and routine are peaking. So you're like on point, and you'll be harvesting the sweets. Yeah, bread and butter with the wheat. Who keeps popping out? Venus? Yeah. Peace in your daily routine. Again, the doves and the rose. Oh, Jesus energy now. Wow. Yeah. Finding the pearl within. Yeah. And ascending. No, they're telling me not to look under that. Yeah, so a lot of the learning and experiences that you've been withholding are about to bring a lot of blessings into your daily life now. This Jasper just does not want to focus. Maybe it's been very difficult to focus, but through that you've still been showing up for your daily routines and your responsibilities. You've been working through the limitations, especially when it has to do with your creations. And I'm working through a lot of collective energy, stagnancy and mud. Really moving through the North Node in Pisces, in Virgo at the moment. Yeah, look, we still have 6th house energy underneath too. Am I looking underneath? No. So this energy is very on point. Yeah, even though it's been difficult to maybe focus on some other things, what really matters and where our North Node is currently at, moving through Pisces and Virgo energy, transcending our past routines and the way that we've done services. You've been creating through that. And your guides are saying that you are doing an amazing job. And I hear that whether it's Thoth, Hermes, or Mercury that you prefer to work with, he is very close by in your daily life and helping you clear any blockages you might have had or are having with your throat chakra. Yeah. So now I will move on to the Hidden Worlds Oracle. Am I leaving any of these out? No. Okay. I'm going to put these away. Thoth says, hey, have you met an ibis? They're wonderful little creatures. They're very playful. The mirror of their lives, past lives, and dimensional lives. So perhaps you're doing a lot of writing at the moment. And, that's just going to get better as we move to Uranus in Gemini. I know when we got a peak of that energy, I was writing like mad. It was amazing. Yeah. I'm hearing sad. And mad. Okay. We have Open Like the Lotus, Flowering Spirit Revelation, Maturity, with number 25. The Relics of Lumeria, with Fragments, Memories, Reclaiming, and 5. The Dolphin Collar, 15. Pure Joyful Friendships and Loving Help. And at the back of the deck is 3. The Mother Awakens, Compassion, Nurture, and Guidance. We have 3 5s here. 555 and multiples of 5. Yeah, change coming in multiplicity and reality with the 3. Yeah, so I'm getting that you're coming to a time where you finally hit this level of maturity through the nurturance and compassion that you've provided for yourself and the guidance that your ancestors, guides, and angels have provided, as well as animal guides, maybe familiars, maybe the other half in your life as well. This could also be that you have finally matured into connecting with your feminine and masculine self, and that you've taken the time to nurture the feminine and mother aspects within, where it's finally able to open the gate to your inner world. And due to this, you're seeing fragments and memories coming in from past lives, perhaps multidimensional lives. And they want me to convey the message of sometimes our multidimensional lives are lives that we really resonate with through media and entertainment, and that we can begin to take on those aspects of certain characters or lineages that we know very well through TV shows and even music. And I'm getting a lot of fae energy here as well. River spirits, ocean spirits, animal spirits coming in with this bird as well. Yeah, there's 2 birds here. Spirit is saying that your energy is really opening now and that you've cleansed out all of your chakras and that the energy is now rising up. And through that, you've probably been gaining a lot of soul recognition and past life fragments coming in. And those are going to help your skills and abilities. I'm hearing that your ancestors are also providing a lot of help and allowing you to carry their energy as well. So their skills and energy can come through you now. And to really try to nurture daily habits of pure joy, because the direction that you're moving now, you're going to be provided a lot of loving help and a lot of joyful friendships. So they want you to stop worrying now. Yeah, there is a plane, so it's definitely coming in soon. Yay. And this is after a time of having to look at a lot of duality, especially we were picking up on that mud and sludge energy. And the changes that you had made during that time have brought you a lot of wisdom that has led to this point. And now I'm getting like a lot of energy of coming to you now, like beings, ethereal beings, energetic beings, and multidimensional creatures and things kind of smelling your energy like honey and being attracted to that. And then with this other flower right here, I'm getting that even though you've bloomed to this level, there's still a lot more to come. And then I'm picking up 111 energy. It's 25 on the timer. So we're in perfect synchronization. Yeah, you're probably experiencing a lot of synchronicities and pattern recognition at the moment. Things might be moving to the point where everything is exactly as it should be, exactly on point. There's no denying the signs anymore. And yeah, this is helping you get back to your creativity. Yeah, it's helping you get back to your creativity as well. You're seeing things that used to be hidden but are now in plain sight. With this moon showing up during daytime, you're able to see through the veil clearly without it having to be a certain transit or energy as well. And yeah, a lot of individual change has helped you create the routine that you'd like to experience. Yeah, I think that's everything here. There's more lotuses here too. So yeah, I'm getting more lotus energy coming in for you then. And another message coming through is that you're soon going to get so much attention that it might be overwhelming. Like you're going to have so many friends and so many opportunities to go out and have fun or to have forms of expression that you might start to just get a little bit annoyed and miss whatever solitary experience you've been having since the last time you experienced a very social situation. Okay, I'm going to put these away now. Returning home. Oh my goodness. All of the cats are coming in right now. Yeah, I think you're about to head back to a familiar situation. See, my cats were not as active in the last reading. Toiling. Things are cooking up. And I'm getting some throat chakra blockage. Hello. Not on the crystal, please. A lot of animal guidance. I think, is that all? Is it these two? Oh my goodness. Any others? Was that it? What am I going to do with you? Now that I've gotten the cats out of the way, let's see. We have the Ace of Cups with the 7 of Wands, 6 of Coins, and 4 of Wands, with the second message being King of Coins, Judgment, the Star, Page of Coins, and 9 of Swords, and an extra message of 3 of Wands and 8 of Swords. So with the Ace of Cups, I'm seeing an emotional renewal after a long time of turmoil and structure, as you've put in the hard work to make sure that your giving and receiving energy is in balance and that you do not give too much and that you are imbalanced with the natural course of things and with the universe and earth and all living things. I'm getting that this emotional renewal with the Ace of Cups is bringing a happy, healthy foundation where your relationships, marriage, and inner feminine and masculine are in balance. All of the hard work that you've put in will soon be giving you rewards that will make your family life extremely happy and celebratory and feeling like everything was well worth it. Yeah, and with the sake on the Ace of Cups, I'm hearing like for the sake of things, all of the rituals and daily enshrinements that you may have had to do. If you were perhaps in a hermitage time or in a timeout time, that those really laid the groundwork for you. And with the railroad in the back of the Seven of the Wands, I'm seeing that train is now in service and is ready to reap the rewards. It's ready to be in action. And I'm seeing a lot of mountains, like the railroad is driving back and forth from the mountains, because it looks like Arctic Himalayan mountains back here. Although I think this might be Intuit. You're going to be into it. Yeah, whatever project you've been working on is about to blast off, and your pure intentions will be seen. There's a purity here that's often unseen by many other teams. Yeah, it's like whatever you are creating has such purity within it. There's no ulterior motives. So yeah, I'm getting that your intentions have probably been fully cleansed. I keep having to leave and get food and then come back to this reading. So it's like very come and go, hot and cold, and having to like go and get nutrition and take breaks so that I'm getting enough like enjoyment and not just working. So that might be a message for you as well. And I believe with the last message that I was getting was the purity, that you might have had to take a lot of breaks so that you could gain the purity that you needed to go down this path. With the King of Coins and Judgment, I'm seeing that people are about to see and judge your value. But this is going to be in a positive way, because they're going to see now the tree that you've grown, the flowers and the garden that you've been able to hone and nurture. And this is going to be something that's just worn upon you, right? With this tortoise, even if he hides or tries to retreat, his value is still seen. So it doesn't matter whether he's in or out of his shell. And maybe that has to do with your retreating or hermit mode as well. From now, it won't really matter if you go into hermit mode or if you need to take time to yourself or be introverted, because people are going to value you either way. They know that if you're retreating, there's a good reason for it, and that you have your own cycles, and that should be respected. And with the Judgment card, I'm getting like Hanuman energy, as well as Goku with enlightenment. Maybe being seen as a superhero. Your enlightenment and wisdom, your strength and vision are going to really stand out among the crowd. People might really see you as a hero or somebody who's able to achieve crazy feats, astonishing feats. And people may even see you as somebody who can save the world, as well as like a divine interference. Yeah, now I'm getting Gloofy from One Piece. So people see you as somebody who, whenever there's evil or negativity coming your way, D energy. Divine energy steps in and pulls through for you, and nothing negative can happen for you. No matter how dark the night gets, the divine and your celestial guides will come through. And with the star energy and the lamb, that's more like divine innocence, like Jesus and the lamb energy, of where, the divine sees you as its special child, that it's not going to allow others to get in the way of your growth. Of course, it's going to still send challenges. With 17 in my own life, that's always led to like extreme lessons that I've had to learn. And it's not a very fun energy. Well, it is an extremely fun energy. It's like very dualistic, at least from what I've experienced. Like it's what you really want. You'll put your life on the line for it. You'll give it a million chances. And then you have to experience the very negative sides of that. Of like, what does it mean to give up everything in your existence for something that you hold dear? And I think that with the King of Coins and Judgment, that's also something that you're going to be seen for, of just how many times you put your wishes and dreams. You put everything on the line for your wishes and dreams, and that you trust your intuition in the unseen, and you follow the signs and the synchronicities and the stars to get you where you are. It also kind of looks like she's crying with her like tear-shaped earring. So your tears getting you to where you need to be as well. Yeah, and just very galactic energy with like this lotus sun and the star. We have the moon right here, another sun. So everything's aligning for you, and the stars are bright. Yeah, and with the Page of Coins, I'm seeing that this is all a new page for you. This is all a new step in the journey. And these mooses, they kind of look like the lamb a little bit. Also the horse. We have the lamb, moose, and horse all right next to each other. They're all hooved animals. On the Knight of Swords, you can see the horseshoe very well. It's like putting your shoes on and going out now. Yeah, I'm getting beeping, like the night has ended and it's now time to go out into the sun and to head towards fun. And again, with the white, there's this purity in what you're doing. And I kind of feel like the lamb looks like it grew into these mooses. Like maybe even this lamb could be a baby moose, and that you are holding dear. And now with the Page of Coins, your values are becoming clear and you're able to set out on that mission. Yeah, because she kind of looks the same too. They look a little bit similar. I feel like this might be Heidi. I'm not sure. I don't remember all of the myths in this deck. But we also have more mountain energy coming through. Yeah, so the mountains kind of look further back there than here. But the mountains are behind you. So yeah, leaving the hermitage, leaving a place behind as you head out on this journey. I also had to look up like what type of animals all the hoofed creatures are. I don't think that they have a shared name together though, but yeah, research might be required as you proceed. And perhaps that's what the Knight of Swords is indicating, like swift movement towards your future, riding ahead, all these little charms on the horse, like he's all decked out. It's kind of reminding me of Peruvian type energy now. Although I wonder if he's like Tibetan or Cambodian. Yeah, going out into the world with your beliefs, spreading your word, gaining wisdom, and seeing new sights on a new vehicle with all your might. And then back to the King of Coins and Judgment. I believe the Three of Wands and Eight of Swords had to do with that, as well as the Knight of Swords. Yeah, I guess all of them are interrelated. That you're now leaving this cave or hut, a home where all you did was worry and try to hide yourself and try to blend in or pretend that you're something else. Divine entity, energy coming through. I don't think that's Hanuman. It's Wukong, the Monkey King. So yeah, you may have been pretending to be dull. With the castle, I'm getting like Cinderella energy, Snow White energy of like perhaps the people around you, stepmothers, step-siblings, half-siblings, people in your household that wanted to harm you, caused you to try to hide or dull away. This could even be school too, because I'm thinking of Hogwarts with the castle now. So perhaps bullying or other instances inside organizations made you feel like you're just this donkey. Donkey's also really reminding me of 1Q84, which is a book which is really great about like what quantum leaping and the like. But there's an air chrysalis and a donkey. An air chrysalis comes out of a donkey, and the girl is surrounded by the air chrysalis. Yeah, so more like divine energy, like little helpers also, because that book has little people in it and they come out of the donkey. It's a dead donkey. um, and one of the main characters writes a whole novel on the experience. So maybe you're being pushed to write a novel on your experience with these people and situations that you had to go through that made you doubt yourself, that made you play small. And I see that you've cleared out the mentalities, and I'm hearing mental and emotional bodies of other people. You've been able to clear out your subconscious mind so that you could climb. With the Three of Wands, again, with the castle, you've been able to leave this place behind and proceed forward. She also kind of reminds me of a pirate because she's walking up this ladder that looks like it might be leading to a boat. So you've been able to pull yourself out of the dredges and step into this new reality where you are the king of coins and people see you as this superhero. So I'm hearing from Spirit that you did an amazing job and to trust where you're going because everything is now flowing and things are about to get a lot brighter and better. And there will be fresh, new, clean air for you to smell and new things to hear. Yeah, because with this kind of reminds me of Sweden and the Alps, like fresh, clean air. And people normally go there to recover, clear away their diseases. Yeah, so maybe any remnants of this Eight of Swords, any last fragmentations that you haven't been able to clear because they have to do with other people are about to be healed and cleared by the new environment that you're heading into. So have no fear, the way is clear. So that's all of the messages that I'm receiving for you today. If you enjoyed, please hit the like and subscribe button. Comment below if you'd like to share your story. And I'll see you at the next reading. Thank you. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose Ruby and Zoisite, then this is your reading. So the first deck I'll be pulling from today will be from Hidden World Oracle. And the first cards I was seeing as I was shuffling through the deck are the Gift and Water Spirit. So this definitely has to do with more intuitive gifts, past lifetime gifts, and things that come innately to you. The Homeward Bound card is showing up, and now Relics of Lumeria. So this will be a homecoming for you. There are gifts that you're very well acquainted with, or your spirit is. And I have my cats hissing at each other now. So maybe you're a little bit defensive when it comes to sharing these gifts. They might be something that your child self, inner child, or spirit wants you to share, but you feel defensive and uncomfortable with sharing. And our first card today is The Secret, the Unknown, Mysteries, and Wonders. I'm going to keep pulling, although I feel like, yeah, there we go. Insights, magic tools, writing, and starcrafting. And at the back of the deck, we have meditation, peace, relief, sanctuary, and returning home, transition, life between lifetimes, and loving welcome. We also have the numbers 26 and 44 at the back of the deck, with 40 and 22. 333 on the timer. So we are bringing these energies into reality now. And these energies likely have to do with hidden mysteries, the unknown, information you might have gained as the high priestess or priest in past lives, energy from the spirit realm, the hidden realms. I'm getting a signal that is so. Yes, a lot of information from past incarnations is coming in here now. These gifts probably have to do with information that you perceive with your third eye and your soul star chakra. So also all the stars in this card as well. Intergalactic information, information from other constellations, from the dream realm, and a lot of information coming through the crown as well. So this could be gifts that you've spent a lot of time in past lives and this life, writing down, researching. You could spend a lot of your time in this current lifetime scripting, scribing, recalling information, channeling and downloading information that you once knew. You could be trying to unlock and remember information, reading, scrying, and looking for insights and clues throughout this lifetime. I'm picking up on extremely wise souls that have a lot of information that they can share with the current world. And these are secrets and codes that you have very strong foundations in. These foundations have unlimited potential and they don't stop growing. As you can see in the trees here, it's something that quickly takes over the land. So let's see what else we can find out about these gifts. So the next deck I'll be using is Tarot of the Divine. And the first card that was showing up as I'm shuffling through was the Magician. Let's see. This one wants to come out. Ace of Wands. So I'm getting a lot of writing and sharing, manifesting and creating your own world and narrative, story. Nine of Swords, divining and bringing people information. Okay. Who popped through? We have the Four of Coins, Knight of Wands, and Eight of Coins that wanted to pop out with the King of Wands. I'm going to put them to the side. I have the King of Cups and the Three of Cups popping out at the back of the deck. And peeking through is the Hermit. I'm hearing next level. Your next level is sharing the messages that you get from Spirit. Yes, starting a new venture where you're actually sharing all of the writing and information that you've been receiving, and you will be providing this to people who are in anxiety and worry. People who are afraid of the future, who are worried about their projects and misfortunes that may occur to them in this life. You'll be being pushed by Spirit or your inner child to provide these insights so that people can see more clearly what narratives and false narratives they may be following and where they might be getting in their heads and causing anxieties and worries, and how they can walk the path, redirect themselves, helping people through the cycles of the moon and their emotions, of what's hidden. And I'm getting that this is a fated experience for you. It's probably something that you don't really want to do, but the red string of fate is tied around your ankle, representing that it is the path that is most abundant. It's a path that will help your abilities and your emotions bloom and really help you step into the leadership position that you're probably hoping to assume. You may have been trying other creative paths to create the life and the financial stability and environment that you wanted to create, but due to Spirit really enforcing this fate, it's probably time to give in, is what I'm getting. This is something that you've done through many lifetimes, and I'm sure that in past lives, this hasn't always been the best experience, as we can imagine lives through different temples and religions that we may have been put through, different initiations that have been forced upon us due to us choosing to go through this life school. I'm getting that even though this is not something that you would probably choose, it's actually something that your soul and your inner essence is extremely passionate about. It loves it. It enjoys experiencing it in each life. It's just that it has to go through life's experiences and gain the wisdom and information of the contrast and the negative aspects of being a prophet, of having insight, of being able to see the future or predict how other people are feeling, like being empathic and feeling others' emotions, knowing what they're thinking, like all those aspects can be the very difficult parts of being connected with the waters and our intuition. Being highly connected to spirit means that we know things that can trigger other people. We can see through other people's masks and we can soak up their information and their emotions. And that can sometimes be difficult, knowing exactly who you are and who another person is and where those boundaries end. And that's something that you've learned through other lives as well as this life. And you are now gaining a mastery upon. We have, the King of Cups was showing up. So you now have a mastery over your emotions and knowing who you are and what you hold and what your true value is to this world. And I'm picking up a lot of excitement and play that's coming from your spirit. It is excited to go into this next role, even though your maybe human self is not so much. And this is coming after a time of hermitage, probably from the collective. Likely you had to disconnect and go on your own way. Perhaps you went into the forest or into isolation so that you could disconnect from everyone else's emotions and other people's opinions and the gossip and smear campaigns and belittling and just the patterns that other people, have to experience as well. Like we all are products of our environment and our DNA, as well as our soul incarnations. And sometimes, a lot of times, people don't even know what they're displaying. And we can get entangled with that, especially earlier in life when we're still trying to figure out who we are and why we came to this world and what exactly is this world. So I'm seeing that you went into your inner world, you stepped away from society, and you were able to gain mastery over your emotions, over your soul essence, and discover who you really are inside. Also with the dragon is Kundalini energy. So you are likely able to cleanse and purify your chakras and have this energy rise. I'm hearing so you could now vanquish through your insights. Your intuition is now able to lead you through, and you probably have better boundaries now, and you're able to cleanse and purify negative energy that surrounds you and probably comes with interactions and just the energy that penetrates through the morphic fields and through the energy that surrounds us and transits. So you've now gained a true stronghold on this, and your spirit is ready to go on to the next level, where you are now the guide and prophet, the messenger to other spirits that are still making their way on this journey, that need help figuring out how to deal with the cycles and the transits and, learning how to get through day by day with the moon cycles. It takes a lot of time and insight to really gain a stronghold on that. But you're ready for it now. With ruby and zoisite, this is a crystal that I love to use on a daily basis because it helps ground me and keeps me connected. It makes me feel like I'm at home and I'm safe and comfortable while I'm still traversing the higher realms through this ruby, dealing with your crown chakra and your authenticity and just the signal that you send out into the world. So if you don't have this crystal already, it is definitely one of the best crystals, I think, to work with just on a daily basis and to have near you, especially if you're dealing with like psychic attacks, intrusion energy. It's very protective crystal. And I feel like you're going to be able to bring that energy into the world through the messages that you hold. I'm picking up on extremely balanced energy as well. So I think the information that you'll be sharing will be able to help people balance all this air and water energy they might be having troubles with, struggling to get through. And also we have the fire here with the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands. So you're somebody who's very capable of bringing your creativity into this world. You're passionate and you ignite a fire under others, which, sometimes isn't comfortable for other people. They want to sometimes stay stuck in their own ways and their emotions and stories and the narratives that they hold and the tea that they want to share. It could be difficult stepping away from the stories that we like to tell. I think that as humans, at least for myself, we really love our stories and we like sharing the experiences that we've had and the viewpoints and opinions and insights we have on other people, even though, that doesn't always have a really great effect on our subconscious or on the people we're surrounding with. So sometimes we need somebody who's able to burn away all of those things. Like we need people who are able to speak truth, to bring the mysteries into this world and let things unfold. Hopefully that made sense. More meditation, insight energy coming through. And my cat is very excited to go outside. I also got a message of opening doors. Solar eclipses showing through. Oh, did the solar eclipse want to come out? Our main energies are solar eclipse and new moon, with also Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Venus, popping through with the solar eclipse energy, as well as Uranus and full moon energy at the back of the deck. So this next journey for you is opening new doors to a whole new experience, a whole new cycle. Everything's been flushed through and purified and cleansed during your hermitage. And I'm getting a very excited energy from your spirit. It is very excited to walk through these new doors and new beginnings. And it's ready for this whole new cycle where the past isn't going to affect you the way that it did. You now have a whole new opportunity and a whole new journey to take. And you really get to make whatever it is that you want to create. But you are being asked to at least share your journey, share your experiences, speak for the collective and bring in your messages. This time, don't be so afraid of speaking up and speaking your truth, of bringing in the secrets that you have and the insights that you have about this world. You get to rewrite your story this time. Your subconscious is now clean and purified for you to have any belief that you want to have. And you're able to create any world that you want to experience now. It's a whole new adventure where you will likely stumble and fall, but you'll be passionate about it and you'll have fun. It will bring a lot of love and cherished experiences. Peace is now with you, by your side. Source is with you. making sure that you're protected and a light. And you are now the pearl that is able to bring insights. You're able to communicate truths about the light and dark side, about contrast, and about integrating them, about bringing both sides of the feminine and masculine into balance. You're able to bring subconscious information into reality and ground it with stability. I'm also seeing calm waters. So your sacral chakra is calm and secure, with Taurus being very stable and able to endure any situations that come on your path. And the last message being that it is now extremely clear the level of your intellect, that you are completely connected with your heart and your third eye, and you're able to bring revelations and revolution to your life. It is now clear to the world that you're able to completely change the way that you move and think, and that you're a master of this reality. I'm hearing, have no fear, the way is clear. So I hope you enjoyed that message. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share your story if you'd like. And I will see you next time. Bye.